Mrs. Mitchell, why are you always asking so many questions? The principal's voice carried a hint of suspicion as she watched the substitute teacher pack her bag. Sarah Mitchell had been asking questions all right, but not the kind they thought. For 2 years, she'd been running a secret operation that would soon save a child's life and expose a network of neglect that reached into dozens of homes across Phoenix. Sarah Mitchell wasn't your typical substitute teacher. At 45, she'd spent 15 years as a social worker before burning out on bureaucracy and endless paperwork. She thought teaching would be simpler, quieter. She was wrong. Working as a substitute gave her a unique perspective. She saw kids from different schools, different neighborhoods, different problems. And with her trained eyes, she noticed things others missed. The way Tommy flinched when someone raised their voice, how Emma always asked for extra snacks, the bruises Jessica tried to hide under long sleeves. It started at Roosevelt Elementary in September. Sarah was covering for a sick teacher when she noticed 8-year-old Michael eating pencil erasers during snack time. When she gently asked why, he whispered, "I'm hungry, and this helps." That evening, Sarah couldn't sleep. She knew the signs. She'd seen them hundreds of times as a social worker. But the system was slow, overloaded, and sometimes kids fell through the cracks while waiting for help. 2 weeks later, at Wilson Middle School, she met Sophia, a bright 12-year-old who hadn't showered in days and wore the same clothes repeatedly. During lunch, Sophia mentioned her mom's new boyfriend and how he didn't like kids around. Sarah's social worker instincts kicked in. She couldn't ignore what she was seeing. Sarah began documenting everything, not for official reports. She'd learned those took months to process. Instead, she created her own system, a notebook with coded entries, phone numbers of trusted contacts, a network of people who could help immediately. She started small. Michael's family needed food, so Sarah connected them with a local food bank she'd worked with years earlier. She paid Sophia's school lunch debt from her own pocket and quietly arranged for the girl to shower at the school gym before classes. But Sarah realized individual help wasn't enough. She needed a network. Using her social work contacts, she began building what she called her underground railroad for kids. A retired teacher who could provide tutoring, a doctor who'd see kids without insurance questions, a lawyer who specialized in family court, a therapist who worked evenings. By winter, Sarah's network had grown to include 15 adults across Phoenix. They communicated through coded texts and met in coffee shops. Each person had a specific role. Someone handled clothing donations, another managed food assistance, a third focused on medical needs. Sarah became the coordinator, moving between schools and identifying children who needed help. She'd developed a sixth sense for spotting trouble. The quiet kid who never spoke up. The aggressive one who was really just scared. The straight-A student who suddenly started failing. At Lincoln Middle School, she met David, a 13-year-old whose father had lost his job 6 months earlier. The family was about to be evicted, and David was considering dropping out to work. Sarah's network found the father temporary work and helped the family apply for rental assistance. At Sunrise High, there was Maria, whose stepfather had been inappropriate with her. Sarah's lawyer contact helped Maria's mother understand her legal options, while the therapist provided immediate counseling. Everything changed on a Tuesday morning in March. Sarah was subbing at Kennedy Elementary when she noticed 7-year-old Alex hadn't come to school for 3 days. His teacher mentioned he'd been absent frequently lately. Sarah's training told her something was wrong. She drove to Alex's apartment after school, using the address from his emergency contact form. What she found there would haunt her forever. Alex was alone, locked in a basement room with no food or water. His stepfather had been gone for 2 days, leaving the child trapped. Alex was dehydrated, weak, and terrified. Sarah didn't hesitate. She called 911, then activated her entire network. Within hours, Alex was in the hospital. His stepfather was arrested, and Sarah's carefully hidden operation was about to become public. The police investigation revealed the extent of Sarah's network. Detectives found her notebooks, her contact lists, her documentation of dozens of cases. What they expected to find was vigilante justice. What they discovered was a professional, systematic approach to child welfare that had helped over 50 children in 2 years. The media attention was intense. "Substitute teacher's secret mission saves dozens of children," read the headlines. Parents came forward with stories of how Sarah's network had helped their families. Teachers who'd wondered about her extra questions now understood. The school district faced a difficult question. Was Sarah a hero, or had she overstepped her bounds? The answer came from an unexpected source: the children themselves. Alex's recovery became a symbol of what was possible when someone refused to look away. His biological father, who'd been fighting for custody, finally won his case. Michael's family got permanent housing assistance. Sophia was placed with her grandmother after her mother's boyfriend was arrested. The Phoenix School District didn't punish Sarah. They hired her full-time as a child advocate coordinator, formalizing the network she'd created. Her underground operation became an official program with trained staff and proper protocols. Today, Sarah continues her work, but now she has backup. The Sarah Mitchell Protocol is being implemented in school districts across Arizona. She proved that sometimes the most important lessons happen outside the classroom. As Alex, now healthy and happy, said at the program's dedication ceremony, "Mrs. Mitchell taught me that someone is always watching out for you, even when you can't see them." Sarah Mitchell had found her calling again, not just as a teacher, but as a guardian angel for children who needed someone to notice, someone to care, and someone to act when action was needed most.